Hey everyone, it's Chill here. Today, I'm diving deep into my personal journey of learning English, the struggles, the laughs, and the sweet victories along the way. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's get into it. When I first decided to learn English, I was excited. I mean, how hard could it be, right? I had watched tons of American movies, binge-watched TV shows, and even learned some catchy songs. I thought I had it all figured out. Spoiler alert, I was in for a surprise. The grammar gauntlets start with grammar. Oh boy, grammar. I thought I knew what a noun was until I stumbled upon verbs, adjectives, adverbs. It felt like I was walking into a grammar gauntlet. My English teacher would throw around terms like past perfect tense and conditional sentences, and I was just there like, wait, what's a conditional? Is that a fancy name for my conditional love for pizza? I vividly remember one of my first assignments. I had to write a short essay. Easy peasy, right? I poured my heart into it, thinking I was being so clever. My teacher returned it with a sea of red ink. Apparently, using there, and there interchangeably was not a good look. Lesson learned. Context is key, my friends. Pronunciation puzzles. Next up, pronunciation. Let's be real, English has some weird sounds. The first time I tried to pronounce in words like think and this, it felt like I was trying to solve a tongue twister. I'd watch videos, repeat after them, and still sound like a robot. My friends would burst into laughter when I asked them to think instead of think. They were supportive, of course, but my pride took a hit. To tackle this, I started recording myself. I'd listen to native speakers and try to mimic their accents. It was both hilarious and painful to hear my own voice back. But hey, practice makes perfect, right? Eventually, I stopped sounding like a malfunctioning machine and more like a real person. Vocabulary venture snow. Let's talk about vocabulary. The English language has a vast treasure trove of words, and I felt like I was digging for gold. I'd learn a new word, think I had it down. Every time I encountered a new word, I'd write it down, along with its definition and an example sentence, thoughts without resorting to saying thing all the time. Cultural confusion then. There was the cultural aspect of language learning. English is not just about words, it's steeped in culture. I'd often hear idioms and slang that left me scratching my head. Like, why would someone say kick the bucket when they mean someone has passed away? I thought we were talking about gardening. One time, I was in a conversation with some friends who were tossing around phrases like hit the books and break a leg. I was completely lost, but instead of shying away, I started asking questions. What do you mean by that? Became my best friend. Slowly, I began to understand the nuances of the language, and it made conversations so much richer. The power of practice. Through all these challenges, I learned one crucial lesson: practice is essential. I sought out conversation partners, joined language exchange programs, and even attended ESL classes. These opportunities allowed me to engage with others who were also learning or who were native speakers. It was refreshing to know I wasn't alone in this journey. And let's not forget the importance of making mistakes. Each blunder was a step towards improvement. I once confidently told a classmate, I love the weather in Vancouver, only to realize I had meant to say like. They laughed, and I joined in. It became a funny story we still share today. Celebrating small victories over time, I began to notice changes. I could understand movies without subtitles, engage in conversations without fear, and even make jokes in English. Each small victory fueled my motivation. I remember the first time I presented in class. My palms were sweaty, my heart raced, but I did it. I spoke clearly, shared my ideas, and my classmates actually applauded. In that moment, I felt proud of my journey, and I realized that all those struggles were worth it. The journey continue as in English has truly been an ongoing adventure, filled with ups and downs. Some days, I feel like I'm soaring, understanding every word in a conversation, effortlessly expressing my thoughts. Other days, it's like I've hit a wall, struggling to find the right words or tripping over tricky grammar rules. It's in these moments of frustration that I take a step back and remind myself just how far I've come. Every stumble along the way has taught me something valuable. Each mistake is a stepping stone to improvement. I think back to when I first arrived in Vancouver, overwhelmed by everything around me. The thought of conversing with native speakers felt daunting, but now I relish those opportunities. I've learned to embrace the challenges, viewing them as part of the process rather than obstacles. And let's talk about celebrating those little wins. Whether it's finally mastering the pronunciation of a difficult word, holding a conversation without pausing to translate in my head, or even just understanding a joke in English, each victory feels like a mini celebration. I remember the first time I received positive feedback on a written assignment. It felt like all the late nights spent studying had paid off. For anyone on their own English learning journey, here's my advice: it's okay to struggle. Everyone's path is different, and there's no right way to learn. Sometimes it's the moments of confusion that lead to the most profound understanding. And don't forget to laugh at yourself. Language learning is inherently messy and hilarious at times. I've had my fair share of misunderstandings, like ordering something completely unexpected at a restaurant because I mispronounced it. We all start somewhere, and every step you take brings you closer to fluency. So, embrace the journey, celebrate your progress, and keep moving forward. After all, it's the experience that makes learning so rewarding. Let's continue this adventure together, one word at a time. Thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments about your own language learning experiences. Until next time, keep pushing through and keep learning.